basically to give you my experience in network marketing in as far as growing a sustainable business. Network marketing will still be the best business on earth because it is a business of leverage. But a lot of times there are misconceptions, or there are, I'm not saying it, some companies, not all, because there are still huge companies that are still around. But there are a lot of companies out there that that actually grow their network the wrong way. Now, again, my opinion, how do you grow your network the right way? Here's one thing. You being in Uno right now, I think my biggest question would be, why are you in this business? I mean, it's supposed to be a roundtable discussion, but I will not put anybody in the spot. But why are you in this business? Is it because you want to be a millionaire in the next 3 months? Is it because you like the product? Is it because you can't say no to the person who invited you? You know, you can't say no to Sunny. There are several reasons why people join networking companies. But I believe, in my experience, in my opinion, once again, people are in this business because they want to make money. And I guess that's fair, because why would you join a business? Because, you know, oh, I just have so much time. Let me just shoot in. I don't know what's the initial investment in Uno. Is that the biggest?
No.
Okay, what is the
global is
Sunny? What's the global?
3,900.
Okay, 3,900. Okay, so you don't come in here and drop 3,900 plus your time and not make money. We are all here to make money. Okay, and Sunny knows this. But my question is, a lot of times, what is your timetable? Some people come to you and say, "Hey, I'm joining you because I also want a good money, you know, and it's a nice group, it's a stable group." And I've done research. I would not be in this webinar or in this meeting if I did not do research. You know, so, and I'm very happy that this is also a Filipino company. Yeah, I'm Pinoy, by the way. I'm Pinoy, solid Pinoy. All right, so so you join the business because you want to make money. But the thing is, how do you make money? A lot of times companies, after you join, they train you. Correct? Is that correct? They train you, they give you product knowledge, and they say, I don't know if they still say it, but a lot of people say, just bring your friends, we'll take care of them. So people have this big idea that network marketing is a recruiting service. Okay? When I started this training program, I dropped the word recruiting, and I'd rather use the word, we're looking for partners. Okay? Because when you recruit, the army recruits. You know, when you want volunteers, you recruit. But here it's a business, so I am looking for partnerships. I want to look for worthy partners. So what I always ask, and I don't know for you here, I don't know how long you've been with Uno, and for you who are online, I don't know how long you've been with Uno. But the main question I always ask people is when you invite people into a partnership, do you really understand what you're trying to do? Because a lot of times you think that it's a game of numbers. Yes, growing in networking business is a game of numbers. But my question is, if you've been in this business a long time, or when it all started, tell me if the people you first went into partnership with, are they still with you? Right? Are they still with you? Are you still together with them building this business? Or are you building, they're joining, and then you continue building, and the people that you started working with are dropping off like flies. Exactly. It happens. Now, I concentrated more on that rather than how to recruit.
You look also here, there are people around
Yes.
here.
Okay. Can we move this a little bit here so I'm not? I don't mean to be a superstar here. You know, but
however you want.
yeah, no, that's okay. I just want to
People
make
can
sure.
see you here,
Yeah,
too.
because I have people here, and I would rather look these people here.
Yeah, there's
No, it's
people on
not
this
that
one
you
as
guys
well.
are not important. You guys are important, but I got a live audience here. So anyway, going back to that, I'm not here to judge anybody, but my question about it's a legitimate question. Are the people who you have gone into partnership with when you first started with Puno with you now?
Yes.
Good. For those who are now in the millionaires bracket, the big earners, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. But it's still the same question. Out of the 100 that you have, how many are still with you? Okay? I'm saying this because based on experience, I also had the same thing. I thought it was just a game of numbers. Okay, let me get 10 people in the meeting all the time. And then if I get 3 every month, I have 30 in the next 10 months. And they all get this 3,800 package. Then I'm good to go.
Right.
I get my earning. Okay. I'm pretty sure that you've seen this figure before, but can I have a piece of paper so I can piece of paper and a pen? I don't know if you've seen this before, Sunny, but they do the triangle and the reverse triangle. Have you seen this before? This one? Have you seen this figure before? Okay. The triangle and the reverse triangle. In networking, okay, right, starting, this is the work, and this is the income. Okay, here, work and income. What happens when you start networking? You are the right way of building. Okay, the right way of building is your work is this much, but your income is this little. If you build your network right, okay, if you build your network right, do we have it?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, if you build your network right, after a couple of years, your work should be less and your income should be more. That's right. Okay. When I say work, I'm not saying that you should just sit on your ass and do nothing. That's not what I mean. When I mean work, building leadership. I'm getting an echo here somewhere.
Yeah, wait.
If I turn the volume low, will it be okay? Or is this
See, this is new technology.
hello?
Yeah, there's this one behind the door.
Yep. Okay, I got
When
it.
you were in networking, we didn't have that.
All right, I know. If I had this technology in my networking, I'd be so big right now. You know, but anyway, again, pardon the technical difficulty. Okay, going back to this figure. When I say that the work is less and the income is big, I'm not talking about you just sitting around and getting your checks. I'm talking about now you're no longer getting partners. You are now in a state or in a situation where you are helping your partners and their partners build their network. The correct way, again, it is my opinion. You can have any other opinion out there. The correct way of building a network is you have to make sure that's why it's called a networking company. when you help your partners build their network, do you benefit from it?
Yeah.
Yes. Do they benefit from it?
Yeah.
Okay. So if your focus is trying to make sure that your business partner will make money, guess what?
You may.
You make money. All right? A lot of you out there will probably say, hey, PJ, we already know that. Good. That's great. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? I'm in the franchise business. Me and my partners, our company, we have right now we have about 13 coffee shops in the Philippines. It's called Blue Gray. Allow me to do a little bit of plugging here for you who are in the Philippines. We just opened 3 branches in Manila, 1 in Malacanang, 1 in Taytay Rizal, and 1 in BGC. And we have 9 in Mindanao, and we are constructing about 3 in the Cotabato area. And we have about 28 on the pipeline and about 2 in Palawan that are opening up. Yes. The reason why I am excited to do this training, because I realized that networking is like franchising. When somebody joins your business and goes into partnership with you, it's like they bought a franchise. And you're earning from their franchise is your royalty. Very basic. How come franchising is a big business now? Because what do franchisors do? They support their franchisee. You just don't give them the store, the products, the training, and then after that, dude, you're on your own. I just need my royalty. Why do franchisors protect or build their franchisees? Because they get royalty from it. The setback of a network company is that I get Rachel today. Welcome, Rachel, to Uno. You just made the best decision on earth. This is the last networking company you'll ever join. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? And then the next day I go to Jonathan. Welcome to Uno. All right. So it's more of looking for franchises of partners that we're focused on. Remember, networking is like agriculture. You don't plant today and harvest the next day. You don't plant today and plant somewhere else and expect that thing to grow on its own. You don't. You just don't. So going back to franchising, when you franchise, when somebody believes in your brand, puts their money into it, because they see that you are successful, they see that you're passionate about it, they see that you have the good products, you make sure that their belief is sustainable. That tomorrow they still believe in it. That next month they still believe in it. Then the next 2 months they still believe in it. How do you do that? Make sure when your franchisee or partner comes in, number one, the first thing you do is you set an appointment immediately and help them understand what the product is all about and make them understand the business plan. There should always be a personal touch. If you are not capable to do so, make sure you find somebody, your upline, to help you do it for you. Okay? When I did network marketing training, I always followed the 48-hour rule. When somebody puts his money or his or her money into your franchise or into your business and believes in you, in the next 48 hours, you have to make sure that you set an appointment with him and make sure that you talk about the product and the person starts getting educated. Here's one thing. When I did networking and somebody believed in me, a lot of times people are excited. Once Jonathan joins, Jonathan, bring all your friends tomorrow. I don't do that. Again, it's my opinion. I'm not teaching, I'm not trying to reinvent Uno, okay? Forgive me, I'm not trying to say this is what Uno is supposed to do. Sunny invited me, this is supposed to be a roundtable discussion, and so I'm just giving you my experience on how I did training for network marketing company. The first thing you do is not ask them to bring friends, because remember, their success rate is lower when they start inviting people and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Especially when there are 2,000 other companies out there trying to get their franchise. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't send somebody out to war without equipping that person. You build the confidence of that person. You notice how long I've been in this business, I don't even do notes. I'm just passionate about it, you know, because I know how to, you know, I am in the franchise business, I'm in a corporate business, and I've been in networking. Am I a superstar? Absolutely not. I always believe we're all babes in the wilderness. I was just thrown in ahead of you. And I have failed in this business. Don't get me wrong. I have failed in this business, and I have succeeded as well. So that's why I'm just sharing to you my experience and my opinion. Now going back to this is about building a sustainable business. I recruit Jonathan today. Within 48 hours, I will have to get Jonathan's commitment. Dude, we have to sit down for an hour or 2 hours in the next 48 hours so I can explain to you the business plan. And you get to understand what it is. And I have to make sure that you show me that you understand. Let's go to the other side. Franchise. When somebody gives me a franchise fee for Blue Gray coffee, in the next 48 hours, I sit down with them and make them understand what it is all about. I start creating a schedule. When do we train your employees? When does the construction side come in? When do the permits come in? You know what I'm saying? The furniture, show them the layout of the business of their store. You immediately engage. Okay, if you guys are taking down notes, you immediately engage with your partner. You just don't tell them to bring people. Yes, you do that. You do that. That's another side of the training. I won't touch on that because if that happens, then we'll be here forever. Okay, and how to effectively invite partners. Right now, I just want to explain to you on how to build your business. So when that person comes in within 48 hours, make sure you equip the person. Make sure he is ready. Okay? And make sure you advise that person not to talk, if she's trying to invite somebody, not to talk about the business. Because people, and you and I will agree to it, especially family and friends, the first people you talk to are the first one that will kill your passion. What will they say? It's not going to work. It's a new company. I already know that product. And here you are now that you just bought a franchise. You're so excited, trying to explain this to this person, and the person will try every way to make you feel that you made the wrong decision. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
People in this room, I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what you do. Learn about the product, learn the business plan, and devise a plan. Devise a plan, work and talk. This is where now people, that's why you see probably, why is he called Coach Peejay? Does he coach a basketball team? Or I'm actually a volleyball coach here in the US. I coach a travel team. But the reason why I encourage you to be coaches is because of the fact that this is supposed to, for you to succeed, you have to be a good coach. You have to make sure that you know exactly how to support your partners. Remember, they're going out into a world where you are competing with 2,000 other brands. And the last thing you need is telling people you have the best product on earth. Uno, those of you who are in Uno would say you have the best product on earth. That's what everybody else says. How do you get the loyalty of people who just partner to you? You gain their loyalty by showing them that you want them to succeed. not the other way around. Because when they succeed, you succeed. Because remember, when you start explaining the business plan, I think you've noticed it. People will say, the immediate question is, how many do you have on your right leg? They immediately ask you, how much do you make? Right? So what happens is that now you end up as an upline, you're now talking about your success and your network instead of building his. Remember, I may be successful, but it doesn't mean that you're not. You may be more successful than I would ever be because this entails work. But the thing that you networkers have to understand out there is that this also needs, it's not, network marketing is not just hard work. It's not working hard. It's working smart. Okay? It's working smart. So again, next 48 hours, after somebody partners with you, okay? I'm not telling you to drop the word recruit. If you still want to use the word recruit, you can use it. I'm not trying to change your culture here. I'm just saying this is what I use. Because once you recruit, I would rather do partnership because it is more personal. In the next 48 hours, make sure you equip them. Now, if you're listening to this webinar, I'm sure there are Filipinos out there. Kumusta kayo lahat? Kumusta mamuntanan? By the way, I speak Bisaya and Tagalog fluently. I would suggest if you are with Uno right now and you still are not proficient with the product and the business plan, I suggest the first thing you do is call your upline and tell your upline to equip you. Okay? No matter how good the business is, it is your business. You can't expect your upline to grow your own business. I was just talking a while ago when we had loose talk here. If I sold you a bakery, of course I'll teach you how to make bread. But after 1 year, if I'm still making your bread, we have a problem here. You joined this because you wanted it to be your business. So I will tell you right now, when I did network marketing, I never promised any of my partners that they will become rich. I never promised them that. All I promised them is that you can be successful in this business and you can have wealth in this business if you build your business the right way. And my secret to building business the right way is to make sure that instead of building your business, you build theirs. Agree? You build theirs.
Oh, yeah.
You make sure they succeed because it is networking. It's binary. Whatever they get, you benefit from it. Am I right? Okay.
Exactly right.
And a lot of people, they complicate things. I'm a motivational speaker as well, and I'm also a life coach. And I love firing up people. But I have avoided what they call the networking high. I don't want to get people so excited and hype up, and after that, when the hit drops, I'm back to it. Networking is all about leadership. It's all about leadership. And you hear this all the time. Leadership is by example. You cannot ask people to do something that you yourself cannot do. You cannot ask people to learn the business plan if you yourself don't know the business plan. So that is one of my first advices on this roundtable. If you want to succeed in Uno or any business you're in, you have to make sure that you have ample knowledge of what you're talking about, and you have to know how to grow your business. And number 3, if someone partners with you, you have to make sure that you make that person succeed because you benefit from it. So it's a reversal. Instead of you wanting to succeed, you make sure they succeed. If you have 4 people right now, hey, 4 is enough. and they build the same way you build? Because sometimes we try to invite partners and in 1 month you have 20 people. Here's the thing. How do you take care of 20 people? So what happens? There might be people who are aggressive. You have to understand, in this business, there are people who are aggressive. There are people who are quiet. There are people who just believe in your passion and don't know what the hell, how they're supposed to proceed, but they just believe in your passion and they come in and they wait for you. Me, I'm self-sufficient. Whenever I join a networking company, whether or not my upline teaches me, I go for it. I go for it, you know, because I am a self-motivated. But are your leaders the same way? I'm sure all of you can say right now, well, I don't think so. Okay. So what do? When somebody trusts in you, make sure you don't disappoint them. Because money is hard these days. And you're competing with 2,000 companies out there. And some who have been in networking longer than Uno. Longer than Uno. So this is that's why I'm saying, again, when somebody partners with you, make sure that person is equipped. Okay? And make sure you also have a plan. Now, here's what I have practiced through the years. And it has worked with me. I don't know if Uno teaches this, but I go with the MAN principle. You guys practice MAN? Okay. Here's how I do with, what does MAN mean? M-A-N. So what I do when I do my listing, okay, I do the MAN, okay, I do a checklist, and these are the names. This is how to work smart. A lot of times people say, oh, in networking, don't qualify people. Just talk to everybody. Just talk to everybody, because you don't know if there's a sleeping giant out there that will just go for it. True. But this was the time when there were only 10 network marketing companies. Now you're competing with about 2,000. So this is what I do. This is MAN. All right? M-A-N, this is the name. These are the names. What does MAN mean? M means means. A means ability. N means network. So if I list, what was your first name again, sir? Bill. So I have Bill here. I have Jonathan. I have Rachel. I have Edith. Okay. So when I start listing down people, I now do a checklist. If my business is 3,800, you always go for the highest. That's how I encourage you guys. Don't invite a partner and offer the lowest. Because why? When I always believe when person puts in more money, he puts in more effort. Why? Because 3,800 is big money, and if I can't sleep, I'll work on it and try to see how fast I can get 3,800 back. Because I'll talk about that in the next few minutes. It's what you call return of investment. All right? So I go for MAN. When I list down all my friends, relatives, neighbors, and enemies and all that, I have this checklist. Okay, does Bill have the means? Does he have the means? Okay, Bill has the means. Does Jonathan have the means? Yep. Rachel has the means. Yep. Edith has the means. Okay. Does the person have the ability? When you say ability, it means, is he or she capable to actually learn the product? Because some people are busy. Some people are busy. Some people have lives too. You know, some people have jobs. So does the person have the ability? Is he a speaker? Can he speak? Is he bald and good looking? No, I'm just kidding. We're just getting too serious in this room. Okay? Does he have the ability? Okay. Hey, probably Edith is busy with conventions and all that. So she has the means, but she doesn't have the ability to do it. And when I say ability, I'm not saying you can't build a business. I mean, time. Okay. Does Bill have it? Absolutely. So check. Okay. Rachel, yes. Does the person have the network? What does that mean? Some people have only 4 friends. Some people have been through network marketing companies. That means she has the network, the credibility. Remember, in networking, you have to have the credibility. If you don't have the credibility, it is more difficult to succeed in networking. Okay? All right, the person has, these 3 people have a network. Okay. Now, when you start making your invite or your prospect list, you make sure you start with the people with the 3 checks. That is intelligent prospecting. Why? When you're starting, when you have people with 3 checks, you at least know that your confidence level is pretty high. But again, you don't go to these people, especially if these people are experienced, you don't go to them and tell them that I got the best business in the world. Like I was just telling, what was your first name, ma'am? Pearl. I was just telling Pearl a while ago that if you can sell me a good networking company, then you're good, because I will eat you alive. Because the first time somebody comes to me and tells me, I want you to join this meeting, I'm part of this big company, blah, blah, blah. The first thing I ask is, show me. Are you product-based? Yes, we have a lot of products. Show me proof of how much you spend on your product and how many of your products do you use. Why? Because this is another thing. I'm jumping into another thing again. Because the growth of your business is how much you believe in your product. You cannot invest $3,800 and expect people to invest in your business and expect people to use your product when out of the 25 products, I'm not saying, I'm just picking this number out of, the ceiling. Out of the 25 products, the only product you use are 2. It's like saying, let's go into a partnership with let's go into a chicken wing house partnership, but I actually eat fish. So this is also one thing that a lot of people forget. You cannot be in a business where you don't support your own product. There's a common saying that says you have to be the product of your own product. People have to see the product happen in your body or in your life for them to be able to believe in it. Wonderful. And I am a firm believer of that. So if you really want to build this business, make sure that it shows that you use the product. It shows that you support the product. That's why companies have auto ship. Some companies have auto ship because people just want to keep on building and be millionaires, but they don't want to buy the product. So that's why companies, for them to survive, had to go to that auto ship. Mm-hmm. Now, if you have to go into an auto ship program, I'll tell you right now, you are not using enough of that products. And you should buy more if you believe in that product. Some people might not have the money for it. That is why you're in this business. Grow your business the right way so you will have enough income to buy your own product. You buy. If you're not buying enough Uno products, then you probably have to start restructuring on how you're building your business, and you should start buying more of your products. Because the sustainability of any networking company is the movement of the product. You all agree to that, right? Yeah. All right, going back to math. So this is how you list. Once you see 3, these are the first 3 people that you tap. 2 checks, those are the second group of people. 1 check, that's the third one. No checks, make that last. So that you are not wasting your time. Are you supposed to invite them in group meetings? Yes. When you invite them, just invite them. I don't know how you guys are trained, but I used to invite people this way. I used to tell them, hey, Jonathan, I know that you're probably one person who doesn't believe in network marketing. I actually looked into this company, and I want to know if I made the right decision.
What's their advice?
I want to know if I made the right decision. Can you please come and look at it? And then after the meeting, tell me if I made the wrong decision. And I'll reconsider. Does it sound good?
You're edifying them.
Yeah. Remember, by nature, as a life coach, I know by nature people always want to be right. They're going to come and join you to prove you wrong. I mean, let's be realistic. When you tell them, dude, I invested 3,800 with Uno, man, they have the best products on earth. I love their products. This friend of mine invited me, lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks. Dude, I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited. Come join me. Reaction would be, nah, I don't need it. I know another company is better.
Should have got a hold of me last week.
Correct? Yeah, I joined. Or, dude, I'm busy. However, if you say, dude, how's my credibility with you? How's my credibility? Of course, the person would say, dude, you're okay. Am I still somebody you can trust? Of course. Okay. Well, I joined this business, and I'm not asking you to join the business. I just want your opinion. Because I was so excited about this, and I want to know if I made the right decision. Can you please join me? And then after the meeting, tell me. Doesn't that get a better response? Right, Pearl? Okay. You go to a person and say, let's say, Pearl, if we've been friends for like 2 years or 3 years, I tell you, Pearl, is my credibility good with you? Don't go to a person where you're going to, the pain is going to be self-inflicting. It's like, no, dude, you pay me what you owe me last year, then your credibility is going to be good. No, that's why you do math. Okay, you don't waste. So I said, Pearl, is my credibility good with you? And you say yes. Well, here's the thing, bro. I joined the business, and I'm excited about it. And of course, the first question you ask is, what is it all about? Yeah, they ask you what it's all about, right? And immediately I say, I'm not capable to actually explain to you because I'm new. I'm not capable of explaining to you what it is, but I'm just excited about it. These are health products. I know there are a million brands out there, but I'm just excited because I love how they have presented it to me. Do not mention the income side. People are allergic to that. Because once you say this person that introduced that to me is earning millions. Now, again, that's my opinion. You can do whatever you want to do. Uno world out there, I'm not saying that I'm trying to change your culture. All I'm saying is that I don't speak about the income side yet. It's a business. You don't go into a business to not make money. So that is a given. You're supposed to be making money. So I just say, okay, Pearl, I'm not capable of explaining to you because I'm pretty much new in this. However, because you respect me and you think my credibility is still good with you, I want you to come join me in one of the meetings and tell me if I made the wrong decision.
So you wouldn't say, tell me if you made the right decision?
No.
Okay, because in this one, you're trying to defer that maybe they're more intelligent than you.
Yep. Because if you say, tell me if I made the right decision, it's like you want them, you're actually putting them in a position where, should I tell her that it's the wrong decision? Just tell them if I made the wrong decision. Because I feel like I made the right one. I got good leadership. I want you to introduce you to the partner that invited me to this business. And tell me, if you think that I made the wrong decision, then tell me so I can probably reconsider. Then you get more people to come. And I have tried that. Try it. Rather than inviting people and telling people that I just found this business, the moment you say that, everybody's like, oh, shoot. And I saw you, Edith, I saw you raise your eyebrows. It's like, what is this again? Okay? Give them the freedom. Do not put that person in a spot where, I gotta go. It's like they're just there to just give you the time because you're friends. Give them a purpose. And my purpose is, you tell me if I made the wrong decision. Because everybody wants to prove you wrong all the time. Especially if they've been with a network company that they know is better, or you know what I'm saying? So be intelligent with your prospecting. I don't want to use the word recruiting. Be intelligent in your prospecting. Okay? And make sure, like I said, building a sustainable business is that make sure that if you have 10 people that you invited, make sure you're able to take care of all 10. In the past company that I was with, and I gained a lot of respect for, and I got people respected me for it. I always started. I don't know here with Uno what you do, but I always encourage people to target on realistic levels, because sometimes we look at 0 to 1 million a month immediately. I don't teach my leaders to do that. The first thing I teach my leaders, okay, once again, if you are taking notes, the first thing I teach my leaders as a coach is to make sure that they target the return of investment. Right? In traditional business, if I invest $10 million on something, I put up a company, like when I put up my factory in Dallas, the first thing the investors say when they put their money in is, when do I get it back? So why should networking be different? Correct? You don't aim for the Mercedes-Benz that your up line is driving, and the 1 million a month that she's making, or 3 million or whatever he's making. You don't. It's a good motivational tool. But you don't make that your immediate goal, because the gap from 0 to Mercedes-Benz is this wide. How about trying from 0 to return of investment? Correct. Because it is more realistic. If you build your network and train or coach your downlines to go for return or investment as quickly as possible, then the business for them becomes more realistic. Okay, with Uno, where's Sunny? Is Sunny here?
He's in his office.
Okay. If, yeah, it's getting warm here.
Yeah, please ask him to put up the air.
Yeah. Anyway, if the biggest investment is 3,800, find out how your partner can get that back as quickly as possible. Then it becomes more realistic.
Partner being your
sponsor. Your recruit, the people you recruit. Okay? Because this is a partnership. If I invite you, Bill, you become my partner. Why? Because you're growing my business as much as I'm growing yours. Isn't that considered a partnership?
That's the way business should be ran.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I have dropped the word recruit a long time ago. Okay? So if it's 3,800, then let's figure out, okay, let's make a plan. How do we get your return of investment immediately? Because now, when your partner gets his or her money back, then the business becomes real. You're not making money yet. You're getting your money back. What do you gain from this? You gain experience. People who have grown in network marketing will always tell you, like me and some people, some of your leaderships that are big right now, they ask them the stories of failure. I'm sure that they will have a lot to tell you. They have not gotten into that spot in their life and income if everything they did was successful. And you who are out there, you guys know that. Because all we guys see is the now. You never saw what they did in the past to get them to the now. These people are hardworking. And for me, I respect hard work. Except that we have been doing networking for so long. Let us learn from the mistakes and not repeat it. That's the reason why I devised this coaching program where the preliminary thing you make your partner achieve is for him or her to get their monies back. Let's start with that. Then it becomes real. Okay, all right, so how do we get our money back? You can get your money back in 2 weeks. This is the formula. Then coach that person and make sure that person gets to that in 2 weeks.
Would you say in the word recruiting or in product?
No. Well, here's the thing. In network marketing, you have to have partners for you. That's why it's leverage. Okay? You have to, there is a retail part of this, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
And there's the networking part. Okay? You have to be pushing both. All right? You have to be pushing both, but you have to support your product yourself. You have to buy your product. You have to use your product. You have to be your own testimony of your product. Okay? So what happens is that you always find the easiest way to get your monies back. If recruiting or getting partners gets you to your return of investment quickly, then by God, do it. But just make sure that when you recruit people, when you get partners, you have to make sure that they also hit the return of investment. All right? So number one is return of investment. Once they get to that point, they get excited. Dude, I got my $3,800, was it $3,800? I got my $3,800 back. In the target point, the time of that I said I was going to get it. As a networker, I don't know how Uno trains, but I always believe in targets. You cannot proceed in a business, and this is a sales, this is selling. You cannot be going into a business and having it open-ended. You have to have targets. Okay, so that's number one. Make sure your partner, business partner, hits their target on the agreed time frame. Dude, I got my $3,800 back. So that is something that they can talk about on the business side. Because remember, somebody who just came in, when they use the product, I don't know, probably with their skin product, they immediately get the testimonies. Dude, look at this. That weight loss, you don't become a testimony tomorrow. You become a testimony months after, right? Because it shows in your weight. But you can immediately testify when you get your money back. I got my money back, so that means now I am doing the business and anything that comes in is now income. Am I correct? Because you got your $3,800 back. What's the next goal? The next goal is to determine your float level. Your float level. As network marketers, we always make people see the big picture and how much you can earn. And we have seen people that have made this money. And we have touched them. We've shook their hands. This is our motivational factor. But a lot of times we want to get there tomorrow. So I suggest when you meet with your partners or the people you recruit, you start listing that, hey, Bill, what's your float level? In other words, when I say float level, how much money do you spend every month to survive? I'm not talking about shopping, just the basics. Food, electricity, your operating cost on how you live. No eating outside, no shopping of clothes, nothing. Just your float level.
Necessity.
Yes. And then your partner. What am I talking about? I'm talking about planning. You have learning and you have planning. Okay, so now you're planning with your partner. Hey, Jonathan, what's your float level? It's like, hey, my float level every month is this amount. Then we target your float level. You understand? We're not going for the BMW. We're just going for the float level. Because I will never suggest, and I don't think any network marketer will ever suggest that, hey, this is the best business in the world, quit your job, and let's do this. No. You start with the float level. And then you devise a plan based on the business plan. Business plan, retail, how do I hit my float level? Then you and your business partner are now planning. Okay, how quickly? If you don't have the ability, let's say Edith is working 7 days a week, how much time can you give your business? Here's what I did before when I was doing my networking. I've been always a straightforward shooter. I never want to keep calling you as a partner. I never want to keep calling you and asking you, dude, when do we meet? I don't do that. What I do is like, okay, you're coming in. How much time can you give this? Because if you're telling me you can't give me time, I don't need your 3,800. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
I am not in the business of deception. You don't make somebody give 3,800 and tell them they'll be millionaires just because they invested 3,800. If this were easy, everybody would be doing it. Right? How many top earners do you have in Uno right now? Right? These people put in hard work, put in time. So if that person you're trying to get does not have time and expects that he'll just be a millionaire after he invests 3,800, you got another thing coming. You better as well just make him buy the product. Okay, going back, I never call people and say, Jonathan, let's meet. No. The first thing I ask a person on our first meeting in 48 hours, how much time can you give me? Peejay, I can give you 3 hours a week. Okay? Then you plan it. Networking is about planning. It's about, you're into sales, Edith, right? In the hotel you work in, you know what's going to happen in May. You know the conventions that happen in May. And you plan for it. You know how many booths they need. You know, you have the whole thing figured out as early as now. And it's already June. You know already what's happening there. So why should networking be any different? If you think that this person will be a millionaire in the next 3 years, then plan for it. Sit down, hit the float level. Okay, how many hours can you give, Bill? Dude, I can give you 2 hours a day. After 5 o'clock, I'm good. Okay, let's do this. Let's plan. Because for me, when I do networking, if you say you can give me 10 hours a week, I'll give you my time. If you can, I'll match it. If you think you can give it 2 hours, I'll match it. If you can't give me any time, I'll match that too. You understand where I'm going? If you can't give your business time, why should I give your business time? This may be harsh for some of you out there, but this is the reality of networking. You don't get into a business and expecting your upline to build it for you. Okay? Again, ladies and gentlemen, it is my opinion. Okay, I don't want to start a networking revolution out there. It's like, hey, Peejay said this. No. Sunny just invited Peejay, and this is a roundtable discussion. You know, I don't have thousands of people here. I'm just telling you what it is, being able to marry traditional business, corporate scenario, sales, and networking. I'm just marrying everything. Okay? The success of building a sustainable business is actually making sure that the person that trusted you to be that trusted you in joining this business, make sure that that person succeeds. You match his time, and you be truthful about things. Don't make them look at the BMWs now. Make them look at what they can achieve at this point. It is a growing business. I don't expect Jonathan to, be a superstar in that. It is a learning experience. Will you get rejections? Absolutely. Absolutely. Rejections are just around the corner. You just have to keep on pushing. That's why you have man. You have to be intelligent about how you do it. Okay? And there's so much more. There's a lot more that I can talk about in as far as coaching, but we don't have enough time for that. I am just here. Sunny invited me to be here to share with you my experience in networking. You know, I may be a CEO of a company right now, you know, but it's not it's not a big name. No, it's a big headache. Why do you think I don't have any hair?
I'm on my way.
Yeah. So if you think like, well, Peejay is this big CEO running a global, honestly speaking, I'd rather be networking. But this is what I have right now, and so I'd probably be leaving you with that because because sometimes when you feed somebody too much, they get constipated. Okay, but to summarize everything, the basic summary of all of this is that when somebody comes in and trusts you, you make sure that person succeeds. You make sure. You don't make Sunny make sure or Jonathan make sure. Hey, dude, I've introduced you and Bill. He's my downline. Do your job. No, no, no. So this is a business of trust. You have a very good company. I actually did some research in this company. You have a very good company. You have very good products. In fact, I might want to listen to Sunny and see what, I might want to try some of your products.
Good coffee
Yes, the coffee.
in your business.
Yeah, I know. Now, that's a pretty hard sell right now because I don't really make a decision when it comes to my coffee shop, I don't make a decision myself. It has to be ran through the board. But I love your office. I love your office, and I know some of your leaderships out there, the leadership out there. You have a great company, and of course, I like it because it's Filipino, and that's one of the reasons that I agreed to speak. And so this is what I will leave you. I've been very passionate about networking. You build a network of trust, and you will see how the Lord's going to bless your network. You build a network of trust. Make sure you don't deceive anybody. The person comes in, go on realistic basis, go on the float level. Like when I say float level, if it takes you, if for you to survive, it's $3,000 a month after the return of investment, then help them target that $3,000 a month. Because once they target that $3,000 a month, that means they've already made enough income to sustain their day-to-day needs. Then you can start going for the big bucks. Because now, if your network already is paying for your bills, then you can now think, dude, if I did this full time, if I took care of my downlines and I did this full time, and I shared the same formula and I coached them, that they also hit their float level, then now I can have the guts to go full time. Then that's when you start going for the Mercedes-Benzes and the BMWs. You grow with your income. You grow and learn with your business. That has always been the secret. May it be traditional business, may it be corporate, you always grow with your business. And you build that trust with your partners. I'm not saying you guys don't go with the big bucks and you guys don't. You can work as hard. I always believe the harder you work, the better. The better results you get. That's why I love networking, because you're not 8 to 5. 8 to 5, whether you work hard or not, that's your salary, that's fixed. With networking, the harder you work, the better you build, the larger your network becomes, the bigger your income becomes. However, the question is, are you building it the right way? Are you making more friends than enemies? You don't want people out there talking, you know what, Peejay just made me withdraw my last savings in the belief that this is a good company. And he's now this world traveler, goes around in a Beamer. and I lost $3,800 with an auto ship that's in my garage right now. You don't want people to talk like that. So make sure when that people commits and when that people comes in and trust in you, you have to make sure that that person succeeds. Return of investment first, because once you do the return of investment, then that person does not want to proceed. At least you can sleep at night and say, I helped him get his money back. Understand?
Well, I think it's a
Okay.
primary thing.
And lastly, buy your products. For Christ's sake, buy your products. Okay, you cannot build a network and you're using some other product.
See, in this business, you do buy your product.
Correct. Buy more.
And you need to really
Buy more.
look at what you have and how it can
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then learn how to coach. Hopefully, Sunny can get me in a coaching, because I love to train people to go on a coaching program. So, once again, Sunny, thank you. Where's Sunny?
He's in his office.
How often do you come to Las Vegas?
Not
to
that.
to get us this coaching thing, yours. Because so far from what
Yeah.
I'm hearing,
Thank you very much, Peejay. Thank you. Bronwyn, do you have any question? You like to say something?
Well, hello there. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'd just like to introduce you first. Ronner Williams is the brother of Serena Williams. He's welcome. Thank you for listening, Ronner.
No, no.
Peejay.
I've seen your photos, Connor. I've seen your photos on the Uno page. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very, very well. I love what you said, especially about the man. I actually give a Monday talk. I talk Monday. And I was going to ask, do you mind if I use some of this in my information on Monday?
Not a problem. I mean, like I said, I can't say no to Sunny. And when I started opening my mouth, I know that it becomes public property. You do whatever you want to do, sir.
No, I really, really appreciate it. I really liked how you did the man. I've taken notes on that too. So I want to tell you, thank you very much on that one right there.
Hey, my pleasure. Anytime. I mean, like I said, I told Sunny anytime that I'm in town and he needs me to, to talk and give once again my opinion about things, being in the industry before and being in corporate. I would love to do that and hopefully get this company going, because I know you have good products, man. I know you have good products, and that's the key.
That's another key that I liked about it. You said you have to be a user of the company's products. If you're not a user of the company's products, even if your company has one product, you got to use that product extensively to actually know what it means.
Absolutely.
And if you have 25 products, you should try at least 25 products. You may not like all of them, but at least you know how they are. And you can speak on every product.
Correct. And that's the reason why when Pearl asked me, I said, I'm being in networking and being able to succeed and fail in this business as well. I was telling them that once a person comes to me and you're like, hey, Peejay, I want you to look at this company, blah, blah, blah. Before I even look at anything, I ask them, show me how much product you use.
Right, and that's one thing I do when I join a company. I ask the person, if your company only has how many have you used the product, or does their product really work? And if it does, how do I know if you haven't used it?
Correct. But there's one thing, just to be humorous about it. There's one company that I know I will never be able to succeed in. It's a hair growing company.
You never know. They just haven't had the right hair.
I know. So when somebody comes to me I say, dude, no matter how good I am, I will never succeed in that business.
That's called a wig.
Yeah, I know. Well, I appreciate it.
Though.
Come again?
Thank you.
I want to interject. This is Bronwyn.
Hello, how are
This is
you?
Bronwyn from Maryland. My husband is Douglas right there. He's actually from Cincinnati, Ohio.
I'm from Naples, Florida. Huh, guys?
And I wanted to, and I love Naples, by the way. Naples, Florida. I've been there. I love Florida. I did not get a chance to hear the first part of your presentation. I wanted to hear more about your background, where you're based, and how we can availing your services. I'm building a small team here on the East Coast. I definitely need some help with coaching them. Hearing from me is good, but hearing from other people is better, because you talked about you being a life coach. I happen to be, by a little bit of history, I work with educators, and I attended several International Coaching Federation convention in Las Vegas. So I'm an organizational specialist, and I build organizations. But my biggest challenge is the team that I'm right now, in a capacity of being a distributor and not really a top earner, because I'm just learning. So the way you said things is very, very simple. It's very succinct. And I think UNO as a whole, Sani, will benefit from having you at least maybe once a month to just follow through, like create, let's say like
a coaching program. A
coaching program. But it has to be, as you know, they spent $3,800 to be, and then your return investment is great. Now the heavy lift is having them to add some more money for investment, and I know it's necessary to invest in your business to get better. So I guess if you and Sani can huddle and talk about a starter program or how this might work, that we can.
Sure. Well, one thing I'm very guilty of is I flew in here. I was with my girlfriend. I flew in here just to be able to she was seeing her family. But Sunny invited me to speak, and I'm guilty of not knowing what the product was all about. But at the same token, it's a good thing because I'm speaking on a general note. It's not that I'm trying to promote UNO. I mean, I know it's a great company, but I'm not here to promote anything. I'm here to make sure that whatever company you're in, if you're in UNO right now, everybody who's in this call or is in this webinar, I believe is with UNO. If you're in this business, you're in this for a reason. And the biggest failure of some network is that they forget the fact that it's not an overnight thing. And we have made, I mean, I'm sure for all of you who have done networking in the past, you have failed on some things, and I also have failed in my building before. That's the reason I got to formulating this coaching program and going back to basic and treating this as a normal business because of the experience I've had in the past. And so that's why I'm sharing it with people, because apparently it becomes a situation of insanity. We're trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Yeah. So yeah. I'm trying to change, or I'm trying to share my opinion of how I look into networking, and it's not so far off from traditional business. The problem is we have people out there that are building the business based on numbers, and people are falling to the side, and you get more negative reviews of the company. And at the end of the day, it's only the product and the company that suffers just because that particular networker built it the wrong way.
Right.
So we're trying to avoid that.
I do have, I apologize, I have a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
I do want to know, okay, you have a company here in the US, and you also have it in the Philippines.
Yes.
Correct. What got me really excited about how you presented this is that Sani can tell you I drive him crazy because I keep saying we need somebody. First of all, we're targeting US, target market is US, and we're new. So we need messaging. We need to be able to translate. Even with the UNO in the Philippines helping us out, there's something gets lost in the translation. I've been in this country for 40 years. And I've been with educators. I cannot understand their method of communicating to us on certain things. So those are, I'm talking about, from headquarters in the Philippines, who they cater over 20 different countries. Now, my task, it has been my personal dilemma to be able to convince the people that are high up there making the decisions to realize that you know, the US is a different market
Absolutely.
compared to Nigeria, compared to Singapore, compared to Hong Kong. And when you spoke, I tell Sally all the time, like, we need an American. We need, you know, if we're doing divert, we need an American. And you are like the best of both worlds because you speak the language, the American language. You're passionate about being a Filipino, and you actually have the experience here in the US. So that.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Humbled by that.
Okay. So, Sani, come on, talk to him after this. Thank you. I'm gonna
Thank you
shut up
very
now.
much. Thank you. Douglas, you'd like to say something?
No, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you very much for all the people who are listening in YouTube. So I hope you will join us. Uno Premier. Thank you very much and good evening to everybody. Thank you to our guest speaker, Peejay, Sisi. Thank you very much.
I'll see you guys soon.
Good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That was an eye opener.
Oh,
Well,
Open for questions.
I don't know if it's shut down. Is it okay? Is it done? Is it shut off? Shut off?
now I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Is this recorded or no?
One moment.
I don't know if this was recorded. I don't know if Sunny recorded this.
We recorded it.
It is? Okay, because I'd like to get back to that. Now, not for anything, Sonny, I know PJ was looking at it from a more, I love his approach.
Yeah.
And you have, and
Oh, I
building
wish, no.
business, and
Hi guys,
I used to pitch for my high school team,
all day.
Law City High